What's up, YouTube? We've got a yo-yo review to do today. Today, we're taking a look at the CLYW Metal Yeti. So, CLYW Metal Yeti, latest release along with the Akita from CLYW, who, if you guys know, one of my favorite yo-yo manufacturers ever. Big CLYW fan. I really love a lot of their yo-yos because they're always sort of like competition-y, but then also very like round and just right. I don't know why. It always works for me. So the Metal Yeti is more or less a follow-up to the last plastic Yeti, the Yeti 2.0. Here it is. As you can see, they're very similar in shape, although the plastic Yeti is a bigger in diameter yo-yo. They're almost the same width though. This one's a little bit bigger, but it's plastic. I have two of these now. I had three. I gave one away. But the plastic Yeti, I believe there's still B grades for like $5. This is like awesome. I hide these all over. I've got one at the office just in case I forget a yo-yo, and then I've got a good yo-yo at the office. But plastic Yeti has been one of my favorite plastics basically since it came out in like 2016 or whatever. Really enjoy it, and like I said, there's B grades for like $5 on the CLYW store still, I believe. But let's talk about the brand new Metal Yeti. Diameter of this yo-yo is 58.73 millimeters. It is 45.13 millimeters wide. The gap width is 4.46 millimeters, so just a hair. 4.5 is about standard. This is just a hair smaller than that. Weight is 66.8 grams. And snow tires, this thing's phenomenal. It really is. It's very much, it's only $65 too, which is so far the cheapest metal yo-yo that CLYW has put out. They're all solid colors, but they have stickers, much like the last run of plastic Yetis had stickers. I believe they all have blue stickers, but they come with more stickers if you want to change it. I think the blue looks amazing with the black, personally, so I didn't change it. Love it with some blue zip lines. This one's been in here for quite a while. I've been tearing through blue strings lately. Last time Jeremy filled me up, I'm like, I need blue. I'm blowing through blue strings like crazy. So he sent me this Smurfberry Blast ones, a couple of these, and love them. So good. Let's get into how it plays. It's very sort of floaty, sort of competition-y. It actually plays very much like the plastic version. It plays very much like this. Like it's got a very similar feel on the string, which I really like. But it just gives you a little bit more performance. Where I felt like this sort of like, just at the end, just didn't have enough spin time, just wasn't quite there. This just has it. It gets you the right amount of spin, gets through all your tricks, gets you through long combos, and it just really is kind of overall just like, you know, they took what was a great plastic yo-yo and just really kind of kept the same shape and feel and just stepped it up a notch. Kept all of the good, removed all of the bad, and just made it better overall. And really, at $65, just a great addition to your CLYW lineup. And if you like CLYW yo-yos, you're going to like this yo-yo. That's kind of where I am with that. That's probably enough of me just rambling on about it, though. Let's throw it around a little bit. I'll show you guys what it can do. All right, we are back with the CLYW Metal Yeti. Got some decent floatiness to it, and but also some good heft and power. Response is great. I love snow tires. They're good. Some people think they're too grippy. I think they're perfect. In this, they're very good. Moves around very nicely. Plays kind of like it's a little bit of a bigger yo-yo, so it kind of plays like that a little bit. Great spin times. Very maneuverable. It feels very Caribou. I know they said that in their sort of press release about it, but it really just kind of encompasses all of everything that I liked about old CLYW stuff. This sort of has that type of magic, and that's really, I think, cool. Not really a speed monster per se. It can handle a little bit of speed, but it's a little bigger. And at 66.8 grams, it's not necessarily the lightest yo-yo, but I think it fits this very well. Like, it doesn't feel heavy. It feels, all the weight feels right. You know what I mean? Just for the size and shape of it. So, I like that a good deal. like I said, it kind of feels and is sort of spec'd very like kind of old school CLYW. Like I said, great response. Grinds, beautiful. CLYW blast finish is always nice and buttery, very nice. Thumb grinds, very doable. It's got a nice lip in there, easy to catch. Huge diameter too, so very easy to catch, very thumb grindable. Finger spins are very doable. Nothing to hang you up there. Set me around finger. And I mean, really just great. Nothing to stop your rejections or anything, and rejects very nicely. Nothing to hold you up. Nothing to get in your way. There's no weird drag or anything. Comes off the string nice. Even though it's got a bigger diameter, it's like kind of nice and rounded over. So chopsticks are pretty easy. And yeah, nice response and everything. So overall, awesome. Really dig it, even though I just got a knot. Let's go ahead, we'll take it apart, I'll show you guys the inside, and we'll do pros and cons. Alright, back with the CLYW Metal Yeti. Let's go ahead and take this bad boy apart. Did not get one of the first releases of it. I was like looking at it, but it was just not, this was my retail therapy after my ceiling fell down. So it's been a little while to need to review this bad boy. A couple of weeks I've had this now, so I've had lots and lots of good playing with it. Alright, so let's take a look at the non-bearing side first. As you can see, very similar to the last, or to both versions of the plastic Yeti. Just, you know, metal spec'd. Very simple, kind of nice little bump there at the edge. Comes up nice rounded over to the snow tire response pads. Purple in this, like I said, great response. No complaints at all. Came apart very well. It's machined very well. As you can see, there's no like, the bearing didn't like scratch the ano or anything like that. It's not like too tight of a seat or anything. It's really just a very well constructed, well thought out yo-yo. And it even kind of rounds over ever so slightly. Focus, there we go. Right there, right before the pad. Just, it brings the whole experience together. It's not a very complicated designed yo-yo, but it just plays straightforwardly awesome. Comes with a center track bearing that I've had to do nothing to. It spins quiet, it spins smooth, it spins forever. CLYW is always great about the bearings. I feel like they lube them and they break them in or something. The center, like, I feel like every center track I've ever got with every CLYW has always just been better. I don't know why. Maybe that's in my head. Maybe it has something to do with the design of the bearing seat or something like that. I don't know. But I always feel like whenever I get a CLYW, I'm always like, oh, this is just better than everything is just, nothing goes wrong. You know what I mean? It's just, every last aspect of it just feels right. And this is no exception, even though it's cheaper, 65 bucks. Gotta love that. It's dead smooth, too. I forgot to mention that. It's like 10 out of 10. There's no vibe at all whatsoever. It's really, really good. So let's do pros and cons. Pros, 65 bucks for a CLYW. That's very cheap. This is like the cheapest metal CLYW you can get. I would also recommend picking up a $5 B grade, or 2 or 3 of the plastic Yeti from the CLYW site if they're still available as well, because that's also fantastic. And at $5, Yeti just seems to be CLYW's like budget friendly version of their yo-yos, and it's great because it's sort of a simple kind of a I don't want to say watered down because that makes it seem bad. It's sort of a like keep it simple yo-yo, and it really just kind of it captures everything that sort of CLYW is, but it's sort of a more budget-friendly price. And it's actually a great like intro to CLYW if you haven't bought any or if you don't have any CLYWs because of the expense and how much they usually cost a little bit more than a lot of other yo-yos. This is a great start to see if CLYW yo-yos are a type of thing that you would like, because Chris, the guy that designs them, sort of always kind of puts the same kind of, I would call it magic, but it's always sort of a similar kind of idea that goes into yo-yo design and just the way he does weight distribution and stuff, and this is just sort of a little bit more straightforward. But if you really like it, you can kind of get into the a little bit more eclectic ones, maybe even some of the older ones, some of the newer ones with double rims, things like that. Weight's very nice, a little bit on the hefty side, but I've been playing so many 65 gram and lighter yo-yos, this was actually sort of refreshing, to be told, and it's a rather large yo-yo in that sense. So the fact that it comes in at 66.8 grams doesn't play heavy, but it's sort of a refreshing weight compared to like a lot of the other competition spec yo-yos that I have. This isn't necessarily competition spec, it's just sort of an all-arounder, straight across the board type of yo-yo, and I really appreciate that and I really like it. Finger spin's great, the grind finish is great, thumb grind lip, very easy to catch too. Really is going to be one of those yo-yos that if you are working on sort of more intermediate, advanced tricks, and you're like, you know what, I really, you got some budget yo-yos, you want something nice that's going to sort of be a step forward, but not necessarily break the bank. This is a nice option too. I would say, this hangs with anything in that $65 price range. And I really like CLYW, like I said, and it's a great sort of intro to what CLYW is as far as a yo-yo design standpoint would be considered. Can't really think of any cons, really. I mean, it's really just a nice yo-yo overall. Usually, if anything, if there's a con with CLYWs, a lot of times is like the expense is very high. It's like it's a very premium yo-yo. They go through rigorous testing and everything, and that costs time and money. And, so you usually pay a premium for that. This yo-yo is $65, so they've sort of cut that premium out, but it's still sort of rigorously tested and very smooth, very well put together, and very well done. So I'm going to have to say I'm a big fan of the CLYW Metal Yeti, and it's definitely something you should check out if you haven't already. It's a very cool release from CLYW. It was a very welcome release in my opinion. And I like mine a lot. I've been throwing it a lot. But shout out to the guys at CLYW for designing a wonderful yo-yo. But that's going to do it for me today, guys. Make sure you check all the links in the description. East Coast Masters is coming up. Are you coming to Pittsburgh? March 16th. We'll see you there. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers to you. I'll see you next time.